Back in 2016, there was a really famous picture that spread all over the world. The picture was really sad. It showed a volunteer giving food and water to a very skinny, naked child. People thought he was left alone and called him a child witch. Many folks have seen these pictures and it made a big impact. But not everyone knows what happened to this little boy 7 years later. You can find out by watching the whole video. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you know when I post a new video. Let's keep going. Even though saying a child is a witch is against the law in Akwa Ibom state, where they found the little boy, some places still do it. Believing in witchcraft affects people all over the world. Kids accused of being witches are often treated really badly. They're pushed away by their families and communities, and sometimes even killed. These kids are in really serious danger because no one is helping them. They could die from not having enough food, and they can't go to school because schools won't take them if people think they are witches. In Nigeria, some religious leaders say kids are witches, and then they ask the parents to pay them to get rid of the witch from the child. But a lot of times, the parents don't have the money or just don't want to pay. So, sadly, they decide to leave their kid alone, thinking they are witches. The parents of the boy in the picture did the same thing. They left their son on the street because people said he was a witch. This poor boy didn't have any food or water and was really close to starving. He had to find scraps of food from strangers or look through the garbage just to survive. It's a really tough situation for these kids. But surprisingly, nobody really paid attention to the poor kid. People just walked past him, ignoring his desperate situation. It's not hard to imagine what could have happened to that little child if Anja Ringgren, a Danish volunteer from an aid organization, hadn't spotted him on one of the dusty roads. When Anja saw the boy on the street, she immediately stopped her car and carefully gave him water. Then, she picked him up and rushed him to the nearest hospital for treatment. The boy had serious health issues. He had gastric parasites and needed blood transfusions to fix his red blood cell problems. This was just a small part of what he needed help with. After rescuing the boy, Anja shared a video of herself giving water to him. She wanted to make people aware of the tragic issue of child witches and also raise money for his medical care. It was her way of trying to help and bring attention to the problems these kids face. The pictures and video of the little boy became really popular, and his story touched the hearts of millions of people. Hearing about him inspired folks to donate over $1 million to the African Children's Aid Education and Development Foundation. This organization, founded by Anja Lavin, helps rescue kids in Nigeria who are called witch children. Not long after all the support, Anja decided to adopt the little boy and gave him the name Hope. She explained, "When I first held the sweet little boy, I was so worried he wouldn't make it. Every breath he took was a struggle, and I didn't want him to pass away without a name, without dignity. So, I named him Hope." After about 2 months of treatment, Hope made a complete recovery. It's amazing to see how much he has changed. He's back to being strong, smiling like before, and even playing with other kids. It's a really happy transformation after all the tough times he went through. Little Hope stayed in a family-like orphanage where Anja took on the role of his mother. A year later, he had fully recovered and even started going to school. If you look at recent pictures and videos, you'll see that Hope is completely healthy now and looks nothing like the poor child they found on the road back in 2016. Since 2016, Hope has been living in the orphanage that Anja and her husband opened in southeastern Nigeria. It's a good and caring place. They all live like one big family, and every child is treated as their own, getting lots of love and affection, just what they need. When you see pictures of Hope smiling so sweetly and look into his eyes, It's hard to believe that someone accused this kind child of being a witch and left him to face certain death. Just 1 year of love and care completely transformed the child's life. Now, you wouldn't even recognize this smiling boy as the thin, malnourished kid he used to be. It's important to mention that Anja is married to a Nigerian man named David. Together, they run a center to help abandoned babies. The kids there get food, a place to stay, medical care, and education. But most importantly, they get a family that loves and cares for them. Anja and David also have their own child, David Jr., who has been with the orphan children since birth. Interestingly, David Jr. and Hope are about the same age. When Hope first came to the center, David was the first person he started talking to, and now they're best friends. In 2022, Hope got to see his father again. Anja shared pictures on Facebook, and Hope looked really happy to be with his dad. Anja mentioned, "When we got back, Hope took my phone and was so excited to show the children the pictures of him and his father. It's a heartwarming moment to see Hope reconnecting with his family." In a manner akin to their peers, she remarked, "Just like all the other children do when they return from a visit to their homes." Fast forward to September 2023, and Lavan unveiled a heartwarming revelation: Hope had finally reunited with his long-lost mother. The compassionate aid worker shared that Hope's mother, who was a minor at the time, had been impregnated by his father, a village head nearly half a century her senior, who had designated her as his wife. Astonishingly, she gave birth to Hope at the tender age of 15. Since then, Hope's mother had spent some time with him, fostering a profound connection. It took some time for Hope to forgive her, but in his story, his mother is portrayed as innocent. Today, Hope has grown so much stronger. He still lives at the orphanage and calls Anja his mother. He also helps other children and does everything he can to support his foster parents in their important work. With money from Anja's charitable foundation in Nigeria, a new orphanage is now being built, which is called the Land of Hope. A huge number of people from all over the world made donations to this woman with a big heart. People continue to make contributions as much as they can, and Anja uses this money to save more lives. As for the reward for her hard work, Anja says that seeing these children smile is the best reward she could ever dream of. Hope's smile is now a symbol of hope. He serves as evidence that remarkable achievements are possible when individuals unite in the pursuit of shared objectives. It's crucial to remember that, despite the positive outcome in Hope's narrative, numerous children still endure comparable circumstances. What are your thoughts on this story? If you found the video enjoyable and desire more content like it, please express your appreciation by giving it a thumbs up. Additionally, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel and activating the bell icon to receive notifications when I release new videos.